Clippity clip. Clippity clip. What up, Clipper Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Clippers Clippity Clip Podcast. I am your host, Z to the O, Zumoto Rain. Today we're breaking down the Clippers' tough loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's dive straight into it of the good, the bad, and the downright ugly for tonight's game. Let's start with the positive, because despite of the loss, there were some real bright spots in the game. First up, James Harden. He's really starting to settle into his new role. Harden was big on both ends tonight, making plays, setting up for teammates, keeping the offense moving. He had some nice assists, and when the team needed a bucket, he delivered. You can really see him taking charge as a leader on the floor. And then there's Ivica Zubac. The big man was a beast tonight. Zubac dominated the boards, finishing with double digits rebounds, and was solid defensively, protecting the paint. We needed that kind of presence inside, especially with the Thunder high energy offense. Also, a shout out to the bench. Norman Powell brought a lot of energy, scoring when it mattered and keeping the team competitive during stretches when the starters needed a break. Now let's talk about the bad. And yeah, there's definitely some to unpack here. I mean, definitely some to unpack here. Turnovers. My God, the turnovers. We talked about it on the last podcast about ball handling and trying to keep the turnovers to a minimum. But the Clippers were just too careless with the ball multiple times throughout the game. We gave up easy fast breaks points to the Thunder because of sloppy passes and lack of focus. This is something that needs to be addressed already. I think it needed to be addressed since the first game of the season. If you give a team like OKC those opportunities, they'll make you pay. Anybody on the top 5 or at least the top 10, that's from going to the looking in and out to get into the playoffs. They're gonna easily do what it takes with that position with careless turnovers. It's just plain and simple. Can't do that with the Raptors. The Raptors they'll miss or they don't know how to do it, because like I said, that was a young team and a bunch of young teams that are out there. We could actually keep the game, a real tight game. But these careless turnovers needs to stop. That's it. Another thing that we're having problems is, I don't know why we're having problems, and that is the free throws. Free throw problems, and this goes on from Harden, Stormin Norman, all the way down to the janitor. Make your free throws. You practice every day about defense this, defense that, defense this, defense that. Okay, that's fine and dandy. When are you going to sit there? All you need to do is take an hour and a half of shooting free throws. Maybe 30 minutes of shooting free throws, hit or miss, shooting free throws. I don't know how these scrimmages that they do in practice. I'm wondering if they actually, when they have an actual referee to count the fouls or something. I don't know. They need to start putting that on. I think that the NBA should obligate that on every practice squad, that have official referee to blow the call so they could be on the free throws, because they need to practice on free throws. It's mind-boggling that they are missing this much free throws. I don't know how it is that it's been a problem all season long, and we're only 10 games, 11 games in, and we're still having problems with free throws. You make those free throws, the game becomes tighter. You miss those free throws, you're you're letting the game go away from you. It's just plain and simple. That's it. Now for the downright ugly. Unfortunately, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows, and there was some moments tonight. It was so tough to watch. Let me just say that. And I'm going to be straight frank about it. The absence of Kawhi Leonard really showed up on that game. The absence of Kawhi Leonard on a lot of games, it shows, and it's going to keep showing. It's going to keep exposing. Yeah, Harden stepped up as the main playmaker. There were stretches where the team really seemed to lack that go-to guy, someone who could dominate the game and keep the offense flowing smoothly when the pressure's on. And it shows it. It shows it a lot. And then there's the defense of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, come on. Shai had a field day out there. He really took the control of the game and kept the Thunder on the driver's seat. We couldn't slow him down. That's frustrating because without Leonard, we really needed to clamp down on him badly. Yeah, it's kind of funny how to say that one superstar could make a big difference. Last year, we had 4 superstars. We're a 500 team with 4 superstars. Now, ego is an issue. I get it. But winning championships is a team sport. To lose Paul George, Westbrook, me personally, I didn't care because I'm an organization fan, not the player. If you're going to come to play for the Clippers, you better bring your game, your A game. Remember, the Clippers organization is pretty much the little brother of the Los Angeles Lakers. So there's a lot of hard-working people out there that feels like a loser, and the Clippers are like that, the losers. And everybody, we don't want to be losers. But when you say that, and I'm looking at a person that says that, and then you see them that they're struggling much worse than you do, and they don't want to admit to themselves because they're in this fantasy of saying, I'm still a winner. No, dude, you're still a loser. And I love to admit that I am a loser. I know I'm struggling myself, and I know a lot of people around the world are struggling much worse than I am. And that's what Clippers means to me, that we are losers, but we're going to fight and we're going to try to be winners. And that's the whole point of becoming a Clipper fan. Some people just like to be a Clipper fan because of the colors or the jerseys or mainly, nowadays it's mainly the players. Or the new Intuitive Dome, which, night in, night out, you're starting to see that there's people coming into the seats and they're having a fun time going there. So, in the end of the day, am I grateful to be a Clippers fan and that Steve Ballmer purchased it and created this Intuitive Dome and all this because he's a billionaire and all this? Yeah. But I don't think he understands what it means for us, the losers, to feel that way. And I don't think he understands much about what he needs to do to shake things up in the front office to make the Clippers a winning team, not just a winning team, a championship elite team. And I don't want him to be like Jerry Buss or the Buss family, that they just wait to get the next available free agent superstar because they don't want to develop their players. Clippers need to develop their young core players. That's the mindset that they ought to be thinking. The mindset like the Boston Celtics, the mindset when the Toronto Raptors, the mindsets of Miami Heat. Those type of mindsets is that, bring some young talent, try to get the picks and try to get rid of your old talent you know, to make sure that you're always going to go into the playoffs and make sure that you're going to win chips. You know, we had Leonard and Paul George, and George left, and we're stuck with Leonard, and he ain't gonna suit up, and I don't know. I'm not sure when he's coming back, but we really need him back. You know, Mo Bamba is coming back, so hopefully within December he be in the rotation, and to see how he plays out, to see if it was worth having him around or not. These little things means a lot. And like I said, what's hurting the Clippers right now is PJ Tucker. You know, he's just there. That's so simple to get rid of. There should be a new implemented rule that we should just release the player, you know, and we should get a consideration if we release a player that we get a free draft pick or something, you know, because they can't do anything. And I'm not just saying like, just only PJ Tucker or the disgruntled player, but I'm assuming that it should be for everyone in the league that should have that opportunity. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, it was a tough loss, but there's still silver lining. The team showed up hard and they didn't give up, even when it seems like the Thunder were running away with it. But the turnovers, missed free throws, and defensive lapses need to be clean. I mean, they just have to fix themselves, regroup, and figure it out. That's it. Anyways, that's a wrap for today's Breakdown, Clippers fans. Thank you for tuning in for Clippers Clippity Clip podcast, for the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Keep following the team as we continue to push through this challenging season. And as always, let's keep our heads up, stay loud, and let's go Clippers.